There have been a plethora of movies within the last year that have dealt with madness, people falling into madness. I dare say it's a popular theme simply because all the world has gone through in the past year with this Wuhan virus, with little petty and somewhat incompetent political leaders acting like dictators and changing people's lives and trying to change cultures over a little virus that right now has the same death rate as the flu season. So there you go. That's the way it turns out. And that would certainly drive people mad. I know some of the rather draconian methods that our own personal governor here in Pennsylvania has issued are enough to make you want to bang your head off a wall because they're just so idiotic and illogical. Perhaps that's what's causing a plethora of movies about slipping into madness to come forth. Throughout the years, decades actually in Hollywood, this uh, slip, this transition, this fall from grace, if you will, from sanity to insanity, has been presented oftentimes and with a variety of different actors. For my personal money, I still think one of the best is Joel Schumacher's Falling Down with Michael Douglas. I think this one really encapsulated the genre to its full extent. Some people will say Hitchcock and Psycho, but I kind of think Michael Douglas's performance in Falling Down actually surpasses that of Anthony Perkins, and as a result, I think that movie holds up a lot better. So, what does all this have to do with tonight's film? Well, tonight, once again, we are going to slip into the throes of madness as cinematic class is about to begin. Your professor is in. Greetings, salutations, another sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies. And tonight's lesson plan is a film called Amber's Descent. It comes to us from British Columbia, up in Canada there, the Great White North, and the fine folks at Breaking Glass Pictures are presenting this to us. They have asked if I would, in my review, include a link so that you can go directly to the movie, able to see it on whatever device or streaming service that you have. And I will be glad to do that at the end of the review. I'll throw up a couple of stills from the movie and put the URL down there. So if you're interested in seeing this, you can click on it and check it out. What basically do we have here? Well, we have a movie that starts out as a thriller, and you're not quite sure where it's going to go. This could very easily have been a ghost tale, more in the line of Peter Straub and his writing. Yes, like that. So we have this poor woman who is Amber, and let me get you her name here. Amber is played by Kayla Stanton, and she does a nice job in this role. But Amber has a problem with shoes. I don't think she wears a pair of shoes in the whole movie. She's constantly going barefoot. That's problematic right from the get go. And the other thing is, good old Amber does not lock her doors. She buys this big giant house, which would qualify as a mansion. She's the only person living in it, and she refuses to lock the doors and lock the windows. So when they blow open during a storm or cats and animals and whatever are coming through, she's shocked and surprised. No, you bimbo, lock the damn door. All right, I'm digressing here. So Amber has just gone through some very big trauma. Her fiance, who she loved madly, was a little bit psychotic, And because they were kind of breaking up and having a fight, he ends up stabbing her and killing himself. Now he dies, she lives. But she's gone through some real trauma because she never expected this man that she loved dearly to, plunge a knife into her. So she's on very, very shaky ground. And it becomes even shakier when she buys this big giant mansion in the middle of nowhere so that she can sit and compose. She is a pianist, and that's what she does. She composes symphonies. So she's out in the middle of nowhere. She wants this peace and this quiet and this solitude. Trouble is, things keep coming through those unlocked doors. Sometimes she sees her dead fiancé. What's he doing in the house? Who knows? And there is this mysterious, rather sultry female who keeps popping up in scenes that switch to black and white miraculously. And boy, outside of causing some havoc in Amber's life, she's also kind of helping her write her symphony. Sorry, it's a strange blend of items that occurs, but it's one that will have you guessing: is this a ghost story, or is there something else going on? Okay, so basically what's going on in this movie, I already told you that Amber is played by Kayla Stanton. She does a fine job. Her handyman around the mansion who is helping her get the house back in order and also plays Dr. Feldman is Michael Minton. And the woman, the mysterious woman in the house, is played by Destiny Mills. She does a lot behind the camera as well, voiceovers and technical things as well. So she had a big, heavy role in this. I want to go back to Jim, who is Michael Minton. He has combined his talents with Michael Bafaro, and the two of them have written the screenplay for this movie. And they're just known as the Michaels. That's going to be their gimmick now, because both of them are named Michael. They're both going to take credit for writing the thing. But Michael Bafaro also, in addition to writing the movie, also directs it. So it's basically his film. And did I mention the director of photography was Ian McDougall? If not, I mentioned it now. These folks all do a fine job. They've put everything together. But let me tell you that the way the Michaels have approached this story is very plotting. This is a very methodical thriller. And while there are scenes when the dead husband shows up, or there's animals coming in from the windows and what have you, and those scenes help serve as the jump in the dark or what have you. The movie still manages to plot until the ending, and when the ending finally does come, there's a possibility that some of you who have been looking for a tale of terror may actually be a little bit disappointing. The ending takes everything that is built up to this point and kind of flips it over and dumps it on its head. Those of you that have seen and watched religiously the old TV show called Saint Elsewhere will recognize this immediately. So, what do we have? We have a decent thriller that's worth a few jumps here or there, keep you guessing for a while, and delivers in a very slow-paced and methodical method. Now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.